Well, my dear students, welcome to my class. This is the class for ninth class. Okay, this is the continuity of is matter around us view. In the last class, we are discussed about the solutions. Okay, what is meant by solutions? It is a homogeneous mixture of two or more non-reacting components is called solutions. Or simply, solvent plus solute is called as also solutions. So what is meant by solute and what is meant by solvent? Solute means it is the minimum quantity. It is the substance present in the minimum quantity in a given solutions is called solute. Next is solvent. It is a substance it present in a maximum quantity in a given solutions is called solute. And also we discussed the properties of solutions. Okay, whenever we call as something is solutions, that should be homogeneous, and also the particles are very small. The diameter of particle is 1 nanometer, that is 10 to the power of minus 9 meter. Okay, and we cannot see the particles in our naked eyes because of small size. These solutions cannot scatter the beam of light, and also solute particles cannot be separated by the filtration process. Okay, this is what we already studied in our previous class. Okay, na? In this class, I am going to discussing about concentration. Concentration. Concentration of solutions. Concentration of solutions. So, what is meant by this concentration of solutions? So, in the last class we are already discussed about this concentration. Like this, I am taking two test tubes. In this test tubes, I am going to fill some water, 50 ml of water. Okay, na? 50 ml water. Here also 50 ml water. In this, what I am going to do is in this first beaker, this is beaker test tube A and this is test tube B. For this test tube A, I am going to add 2 to 3 drops or 2 to 3 crystals of copper sulfate, CuSO4, 2 to 3 crystals in this first beaker. Okay, the crystals. Okay. In the test tube B, I am going to add 2 spatula or 2 spoon spatula, 2 spatula of copper sulfate. The same components. Here also we have water and here also water. Here also copper sulfate. Here also copper sulfate. But in the test tube A, I am taking 2 to 3 crystals of copper sulfate, and in this second test tube we have 2 spatula of copper sulfate. So, is there any difference between the first and second test tubes? In this amount of copper sulfate is more in the test tube B when compared to test tube A. Copper sulfate component is high in the test tube B. So the intensity of the colors is in second high color or intensity is more. And also in all solutions the solute and solvent can be varied. So this concentration depends on amount of solute particles present in present in a given solution. In a given solution. So concentration should be the amount of solute particles present in a given solution. That means concentration of solutions depending on amount of solute. Amount of solute. This amount of solute determine the concentration of the solutions. In that concentration of solutions, we have to know the dilute solutions. Dilute solutions, concentrated solution, SOLN. Simply this is solutions, dilute solutions and concentrated solutions. This is the comparative terms. Comparative terms. There is dilute and concentrated. So in this dilute, that means amount of solute. Amount of solute particles are less. Amount of solute particles less in a given solution. In a given solutions. When compared, we are talking about solute and solvent. Solute and solvent. When solute percentage is high, we call as concentrated. That means amount of solute is more. So amount of solute is more in a given solution. In a given solutions we call as concentrated solutions. So Seema, the solute particles are more, we call as concentrated. Solute particles more, concentrated. Solute particles are less, we call as dilute solutions. Dilute solution. Right? And then this solvent part, the solvent amount is also responsible. That means the solute particles only here responsible for the concentration. If it is more, minimum solvent should be less, right? That's why I am only considering the solute particles. The solute particles is less dilute, solute particles are more concentrated. Generally, we are talking concentrated solutions, concentrated acids, concentrated bases or dilute bases. This concentrated and dilute depends on the amount of solute. Amount of solute, we can determine the concentration of the solutions. Oh, one more thing in this concentration solution, that is saturated solutions and unsaturated solutions. Okay. So for this I am taking a beaker. I am taking the beakers. In this beaker I am going to add water. Okay na? This is activity in room temperature. Okay na? Room temperature. For this I am going to add sugar. So take 5 grams of sugar. Take 5 grams. General. Okay na? 5 grams of sugar in 50 ml of water. 50 ml of water. Right? So this 5 grams of sugar easily dissolves in the 50 ml of water. 50 ml of water. So what I do? So simply I am going to add a more amount of solute to this in a cold. At a particular time, the sugars does not dissolve in this water. That is what the amount of sugar is more. When we call it is concentrated solutions. But when you give the heat to, or when you give the temperature to this beaker, then only some more solute can be dissolved. In this solution when at a warm condition. More amount of solute can be dissolved at any temperature. at any temperature, we recognize the point at any temperature we recognize the point no more solute can be dissolved at a particular temperature. No more solute. Already this is a concentrated solution, right now. So for this concentrated solution, so what I do is add some more amount of solute. That is sugar. Solute is sugar. So at a particular point, the sugar does not dissolve in this water. They settle down. The sugar crystals are settled down in the bottom side of the beaker. That point we call as saturated solutions. Saturated solutions. Saturated solutions means it is a solution. It is a solution. No more solute. No more solute can be dissolved. No more solute can be dissolved. This is called as saturated solutions. This is called as saturated solutions. Okay, Nama. So the next is unsaturated solutions. Unsaturated solutions. So this type of solution we call as saturated now. Unsaturated before the or less than the saturation level. Less than the saturation point. Less than the saturation level. That is we call as unsaturated solutions. That means one more thing is it is a solutions some more solute can be dissolved. This is what unsaturated. So I already discussed this point. So some amount of water present in this beaker. For this big water, I am going to add some amount of sugar. So at a fine point, sugar stops dissolving in the water. That point we call as saturated. Before that point, we call as unsaturated solutions. That unsaturated means it is a solutions. Some more solute can be dissolved. This type of we call as concentration of solutions. So dear students, we have various ways or various methods of concentration methods are there. In that only we have to express in this class or in this ninth class only we have two methods. That is one is very important. Please remember these points. First one is mass by mass percentage. Mass by mass percentage of solution. Mass by mass percentage of a solutions. This is the first method to express the concentrations. In this we have a formula. By formula we can find out we can determine the concentration of a solution. The formula is like this: mass of solute by mass of solution. Please remember, mass of solute by mass of solutions. This is not a solvent, this is solutions. So how you get the mass of solutions? This mass of solution nothing but mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Totally we call as mass of solutions. So in this mass of solutions, we how to check take as a mass of solution. You have to take a mass of solute and mass of solvent. Add both, we get a mass of solutions into 100. This is because of percentage. This percentage, right? So this is the first method. Expressing the concentration. So mass by mass percentage of a solutions. In this solute we have to take in a masses or means gram or by or means weight. It may be grams, kg, whatever it is. Okay, in the by mass. And also mass of solutions. Here also mass and here also mass into 100. The next thing is second method. The second method is mass by volume. Mass by volume. Mass by volume. Percentage of a solution. Percentage of a solutions. In this here also we have one formula, that is mass of solute. Mass of solute by volume. Volume of solution. Volume of solution into 100. Is there any difference between these two formulas? See, carefully observe. In the first formula, mass by mass, we have mass of solute, and here also mass by volume, mass of solute is the same. Mass of solute, and here also mass of solute in the numerator, right now. But carefully observe the denominators. What we have in the denominators in mass by mass method, mass of solution is there. Mass. This mass is applies to this numerator, and this second by mass. This mass, second mass is applicable for this denominator. In this mass of solution is there, but in second method mass by volume, right now. That's why volume of solution we taken. Mass of solutions. Okay. So from these formulas we can identify or we can determine the concentration of the solutions. From these methods we can now we have one problem, that is simply identify the concentration of solutions. Now we have one problem. Wait. Okay. Well, see dear students, now we have one problem. A solution contains 4 gram of common salt. 4 gram of common salt. That common salt name is NaCl. NaCl, sodium chloride. Whatever we use in the homes, right now, that is common salt. So sodium chloride. How many grams? 4 grams of common salt in 320 grams of water. 320 grams of water. Calculate the concentration terms of mass by mass percentage of the solutions. Mass by mass percentage of the solutions. We have to find out the concentration of these solutions. So before going to these problems, we should identify which one is solute and which one is solvent. Can you tell which one is solute and which one is solvent? So carefully observe which one is in more quantity. 320 grams right now, and here 4 grams. When compared to these two, common salt and water is in high quantity right now. That's why water I am considering this is a solvent, and 4 grams of common salt I am considering as a solute. So solute 4 grams of NaCl, that is a common salt, NaCl. Solvent, how to identify solvent? More amount or maximum quantity, right now. So 320 grams of water, 320 grams of water. So what is the formula? What is the formula? So but for that formula we have formula like this: mass of solute by mass of solution into 100. Right now, this is the formula to identify the concentration of solution by mass percentage of the solution. Okay. In this we have a mass of solutions. How to identify mass of solutions? So mass of solution that is equal to mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Right now. So mass of solute is how much? mass of solute 4 grams. Mass of solute is 4 grams. Plus mass of solvent is 320 grams. So totally, so that is total is mass of solutions 324 grams. 324 grams of we have sorry, this is not 4, this is a 40. Sorry ma, this is 40 grams. 40 grams of common salt. Okay, 40 grams of common salt in 320 grams of water. So here also I am taking 40 grams. Here also. Mass of solute 40 grams. Here also 40. 40 plus 320, that is 360. How much? 360. 360 grams of solutions we have. 360 grams. Right? So just apply the values for this formula. Mass of solute is how much? 40 grams. Right? Mass of solute, that is 40 grams. And then mass of solution is 360 into 100. Just calculate ma. Just calculate. You will get the answer. So that is 11.1 percentage. 11.1 percentage. Okay. I repeat once again this formula problem. See, a solution contains 40 grams of common salt. 40 grams of common salt in 320 grams of water. 320 grams of water. So, you have to first identify which one is solute and which one is solvent. So, minimum quantity we call as solute. Maximum quantity we call as solvent. Water is solvent and common salt is solute. Right now. So, after identifying the solute and solvent, we have to identify the total, that means mass of solutions. Mass of solutions means mass of solute plus mass of solvent. Mass of solute plus mass of solvent. So, we know that mass of solute is 40 grams and mass of solvent is 320 grams. So, totally 360 grams of solution is there. So, 360 grams. So, mass of solute is 40 right now and mass of solutions 360 into 100 we get the answer, that is 11.1. The unit of percentage right now. So, because of percentage here also answer is in percentage. Okay. I think this is very important for your exam also. Okay na? Thank you.